What's up, guys? Welcome to our first recap of questionablelock.com. I'm Taylor Stahl.
I'm Carson Marsh.
And I'm Sebastian Tashi.
All right, we're going to start off recapping the first game we talked about, so Bengals versus Browns last Thursday.
Yeah, last
How do
Thursday.
we feel about that one?
So that questionable lock on that player prop on over 239 yards for Joe Burrow, that ended up being a lock. Joe came out. He kind of did exactly what we said he was going to do, but I don't know. I didn't think we were going to see such a shootout in that game. But
Yeah.
I'm loving what I'm seeing with that kid. I mean, he's one of the best quarterbacks I've seen. You could already put him ahead of – I mean, I don't really know where I would stack him up in that division, but I mean, I'm definitely taking him over Baker. That's for sure.
Really?
Yeah, 100%. If I had to build a team right now, if it's him or Baker, what Joe can do with a team that doesn't really have all that much outside of him and maybe AJ Green, compared to Baker Mayfield, who has more weapons than the U.S. in the Cold War. You got Odell Beckham, you got Jarvis Landry, you got David Njoku, you got Bradley Chubb, Kareem Hunt. You got two starting running backs who could start on my Dolphins and run circles around my whole team, and they're still winning by 5 points, not even covering the spread against the Bengals. I mean, I don't know. I'm all on the Joe Burrow hype train.
Yeah, I totally agree.
That was a tough beat on the spread, 5-point win for the Browns. Obviously, Baker and Odell both stepped it up. We talked about that after the first week, but they let Joe Burrow throw the ball 61 times. They got all the trust in him in the world, and even the Browns defense, knowing a pass play is probably coming, didn't really have an answer. Over 300 yards on the night, so good step, another step for him. Let's move on to that next game though. Chiefs versus Chargers. This was one that we were really confident about. Ended up being a super good game. Chargers defense in that first half they locked down Mahomes and obviously Justin Herbert getting the start due to Tyrod Taylor's late scratch. What'd you see there, CJ? That the Chiefs obviously didn't play that well, but what did the Chargers do well?
Yeah, it's funny because in baseball you have bets where if the starting pitcher isn't playing, you got your scratch bet. I kind of want my money back on that. I thought Tyrod was playing. He got scratched a minute before the game started due to a chest injury or something. Anyways, what I saw from Justin Herbert, what my bank account saw from Justin Herbert is that he is a good quarterback because I got absolutely wiped on this -2.5. But to be honest, that first half from the Chiefs, I mean, granted, the Chiefs came back. They looked great. Patrick Mahomes looked like – it looked kind of like the Super Bowl all over again. But that defensive line was getting after that offensive line on the Chiefs, and it almost seems like you put a good defensive line against the Chiefs, and they look like they're going to be able to go down. They look pretty vulnerable, a team that I thought they were going to put up 40 against. But, I mean, all praise to Patrick and Andy Reid. They got back in that game. But Justin Herbert, he looks really good. And
really good.
I don't see why Tyrod should be the starter moving forward. I mean, he was announced by Anthony Lynn to be the starter, but I'm saying you start Justin Herbert. 6'5", big arm, connecting with his receivers. He looked good.
I don't think Tyrod will start if Justin Herbert keeps playing games like that because that was crazy. He honestly kind of gave me Keaton Slovis vibes. I don't know. He was tossing dimes out there.
Yeah. Well, hopefully, if we can have that type of production from Keaton, we'll definitely be moving up if the Pack is playing this year. But anyways, Sebastian, that Nuggets game, what do you think there?
Well, so we did our lock on game one, and Lakers took care of business, winning by 12. But last night was a little
sketchy.
A little sketchy. Joe got going in the fourth. He's just big man. Especially on that last bucket, just moved AD from the 3-point line all the way under the basket and just was sunning him pretty much. But that's a really big win for the Lakers to be up 2-0 instead of 1-1 now. Nuggets are feeling hot. Obviously, there's a team that fight, but Lakers get this one tomorrow night on Tuesday. They're up 3-0. LeBron's not losing that lead, man, So, big one for them last night. AD, obviously, that's what they got him for, like he said.
31 points.
Moments, big-time shots. 37 and 31, his first conference finals ever. So he's cooking. And, the way that it's going on the other side, Celtics Heat, both really good teams, like to mix it up with the zone. They like to switch it up a lot, but Lakers are looking tough to beat right now.
Yeah, Lakers doing it all for the man in the back behind you right there.
Yeah.
And losing those Mamba jerseys. But interesting statistic I saw with Jamal Murray off the court for the Nuggets, the Lakers were outscoring them 19-2, and the Nuggets had 4 turnovers when he's off the court. So with the Nuggets, I don't see how they're going to be able. They might take one game. I don't know. They might get swept. It's a matter of how long can you have? I mean, Jamal, Jokic, like those players on the court coming back from 2 3-1 deficits. It just seems like the Lakers are destined to win this title. Honestly, I feel like we should honestly even be looking at the series bets for the next game or for the next series. I mean, because it looks like LeBron's going to put the bow tie on this.
We gotta be careful with that jinxing, though. Because the Nuggets been doing it. Got to be careful.
Yeah.
True. But they haven't faced LeBron James yet. So
or AD.
Yeah.
Or Caruso, who ate again last night, and that's part of the reason why Jamal Murray. I mean, obviously he hasn't been scoring at the rate he was in the other rounds, but. Caruso is doing a good job just making him be a point guard and facilitator. And, that's why the Nuggets worse with him off the court, obviously, because he helps them get into a lot of their stuff and a lot of their sets. But Lakers are doing a really good job defending besides towards the end of that quarter. But the team defense is the energy. I mean, everyone can see it watching those games. Everyone's locked in. They're ready to go. So it's a fun time to be a Lakers fan right now.
For sure.
Then we can get into, switch it up again over to some soccer. Chelsea versus Liverpool. We talked about that. 2 of the best teams in the league expected to finish in that top 4 area. Liverpool handled business 2-0. It was an early game, a little bit, not boring, but Liverpool clinical, took their chances when they needed. Pulisic didn't play, so, maybe we chop up the loss to that. They don't have Captain America, swag a little bit, but pretty standard league in Britain or in England over the weekend. So Liverpool taking care of business. They're looking good so far.
Yeah, Liverpool just kind of getting back to where they left off. I mean,
right.
I don't know of a team you would want to bet against like this. Like they give me Chiefs, Dodgers vibes. So I don't know if I'm going to put any money against them, but
they added 2 new players this week also. I think it's 50 mil or 30 mil and 43 mil. So, that's –
And what about your boy in the back, Gareth Bale, joining your team? Yeah.
Big week. Big week for Spurs. Got a win yesterday, 5-2. Got Gareth Bale back. It feels good. He'll be out until October, but couple big signings. Happy with performance. Still need some depth, but we're looking good. We're going for that 3 spot because Liverpool and City they're too good for the rest of us, I think.
All right. Well, you guys have any other games you want to talk about really quick that stuck out to you, or talk about that your guys' questionable locks that you had last week and how questionable they ended up being?
I think we went 3-1 maybe. That Chiefs one was tough.
That was really tough. It was a tough game to watch.
Yeah, tough game to watch. I mean, the fact they can score so quickly that I was holding out hope.
Yeah.
But, they could have lost that game. It was freaking close. Harrison Butker kicked 58 field goals. He kicks it.
3.
He kicks a
3 in a row.
53-yarder, a 58-yarder, and a 58-yarder.
Goated.
He's my fantasy kicker. I could not be more happy.
Oh.
Let's go.
Could not be more happy.
You're so hyped about move back, huh?
Yeah. Well, hey, it gives me more points, right?
There you go.
But we got some good bets coming up for Thursday. I don't know if Taylor, if you want to wrap it up.
Yeah, for sure. Make sure to come back on Thursday to see our bets and our questionable locks of the weekend coming up. So have a great weekend. Have a great week. We'll see you soon.